So let's talk about email marketing. One of the first things that we really do need to do, and this is, you'll find this if you haven't read .com Secrets, I really suggest that you do take a look and you actually do read it, because I think what you'll find is that you will get a comfort level of not a structure, but some stuff that you can do. So let's talk about this for a second. You don't have to do what everybody else does. You know, if you see everybody writing to the left-hand margin, if you see everybody writing and putting 3 links in your email, you see everybody doing 1 affiliate promotion per day, you do not have to do that. What you have to do is you have to really develop some kind of rapport with the people who are going to be on your subscriber list. Some of that's going to be based on what you do, right? Some of that's going to be based on them getting used to you, and some of that's going to be you getting used to them. And what's going to happen is you're going to do some things and you're going to have people run from you, right? You're going to do some things and people are going to run off of your subscriber list. You're going to say, you know what? That was not a good thing to do. And you're going to have some things where people are going to write you back and tell you, man, that was really useful. Thank you for that. That was helpful. And that kind of feedback you're going to use over time. Now, you're never going to use any one thing that someone says, but everything in the cumulative, you're going to determine how to have a relationship with the people on your subscriber list. Start developing a swipe file of good emails that got you to buy stuff, right? Because ultimately, you do need to sell in these emails, right? So again, I'm all about giving value, and I think you should be doing that, but you should be selling also. Otherwise, you know, you won't be able to give value very long. Right? I mean, that's just the case. I mean, you need to make your emails, right? You need to make them effective. You need to give value, but they need to earn you some money. Also, use the ideas of a swipe, but use your emphasis in your words. So in other words, even if you take a swipe, make sure they're your words and your emphasis, right? Don't just take somebody's swipe word for word. You can. Again, this all kind of falls under doing what you think you need to do with your email marketing list. So you don't. Some marketers feel like you're leaving money on the table if you do not every day email people who don't open your email. You don't have to do that. You don't want to, right? You can develop the kind of relationship with the people on your subscriber list. You're going to email once a day, right? And basically what you're saying is, hey, look, I expect you, even if you don't do it until 2 days later, I expect you to open my email, right? So don't feel like you've got to do anything. Right, you have to develop your relationship with the people on your subscriber list, and it's not a list, guys. One of the things that kind of I try not to even use that phrase, my list, because it's not a list. They're subscribers, they're your community, they're people who are really trying to get something, and you're there to help them. And we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. Some marketers feel like you can only do 1 promotion in an email. You don't have to do that. You can do 2, you can do 3, you can do 10 if you want to, right? But the thing is that you have to develop whatever it is that you're going to do. So please do not fall into the trap that you need to do and you got to structure your emails the way everyone else does. You can email one day or several emails. So in other words, I suggest you write every day. But again, I mean, you don't have to do that just because everybody else does it. You can write extensively in your email. We talked about that last week a little bit, but you can write extensively or get straight to the point. Some people do that. And again, it's really going to be what you want to do to provide value. So what really matters? What matters is you're consistent. Write every day. Right, I suggest you write every day and be consistent. Try to stick to a structure every day. Now, you don't have to use my structure. You don't have to use anybody else's structure. But I do think that generally, people ought to kind of know what to expect. Context, right? Context. So, in other words, if you don't, if the people didn't come to you by a software package, then don't spend 2 or 3 weeks promoting software offers. Right. I don't even know if it's going to be effective. And even if it sells all the time, that doesn't necessarily mean that over time you're going to have a lot of success building up a list if you're kind of doing things that are contrary or incongruous to the way people joined your email marketing list. Clarity. So, be clear about when you're asking someone to buy something, just be clear about it. You don't have to try to hide it. You don't have to try to couch it. You don't have to be ashamed of it. You don't have to be, coy about it, right? Be clear about it. put your call to action where the call to action goes and ask people for the sale. And the sooner that you get involved in that when you're doing emails, the sooner you get involved in it. See, typically, most of us think that everybody else is uncomfortable, right, with us making an offer. And really, it's not that. It's that we're uncomfortable. And people, and we make people uncomfortable by trying to work around what we think they might feel about being uncomfortable. So just be clear about what you're asking for. Be clear about that. And again, if people run from your subscriber list because of that, some people are going to come because you're clear in the way you're going to be doing it. Be concrete. We talked about that before. If you can, try to paint tangible pictures. We live in a world that is noisy. Right? Everybody is screaming for your client's time. Everybody's screaming for their attention. And so you need to paint concrete pictures in their mind. You start using things, lots of abstract stuff. You're gonna lose people, not because you're not cool and not because they don't like you. It's just because you didn't paint something in their minds that's going to stick. You didn't paint something in their minds that's gonna touch on something that they're experiencing. Try as best you can, and everything you write, something has to be concrete in their brain, something tangible if you can. So if you're getting that so far, put the number 3 in the question box. So again, pickup.com secrets, I think, testing. Right? Testing. We talked about that last week. Whatever your email service is, get signed up for Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, AOL, and then all your domains, right? Sign up for all of them. Right? So Eileen's asking, concrete, just a picture of results. That's a great question. Actually, I think when you can put someone in the goal position, I think that's good. But I think often, when we use analogies, when we use examples, if we can be tangible about that, right? I think we should be tangible. So I think more than just results, Eileen, I think whenever we can paint tangible pictures and give people something to look at in their brain, I think it helps them to remember and get the concept. So I think yes, results, but I think whatever we're talking about, right? If we can paint something tangible with these emails, right? Make them a part of your list, subscribe to all your lists with these emails. And then every day, what you should be doing is you test one of them, right? So before you test one of them, send something to Gmail. And if it goes to the promotions tab or if it goes to the spam, then you need to fix that email if you can before you send it, because more than likely it's going to go to everybody else's Gmail spam or their promotions tab. So it doesn't mean that you're going to get perfectly into everybody's inbox. Doesn't mean that. But if you can do this ahead of time, you can head off a lot of problems, and you can typically add on a percentage point or 2 in terms of your open rate. Use mailtester.com. It'll tell you if you have some major problems that you need to fix. Mail-tester.com. They'll tell you if you got SPF or DKIM problems. If you have either one of those problems, get with your host immediately, right? So I wouldn't even bother sending an email. So if you go with mailtester.com, you're getting this big SPF error, getting a DKIM error, and your score is going to be 5 out of 10. Don't even bother sending it because you're going to go to spam and nobody's going to get it anyway. Right. So try to straighten it out with your host if you ever get that error when you do a test. Again, fix it at your host.